Is that was her lesson for the day? I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just start recording. No intro, no nothing. We already joked. We keep
bro.
Yeah, I gave her the $1. That's like, but it's funny, as I'm walking my way back, I'm like, wait, that's a holdout another. That's like a whole like half another lighter. Like, why the fuck did I leave the $1? That's like laundromat money.
And they got the little ones too, so you might have been able to get like 2 little ones or like 1 big one and a little.
That's what I think. I was looking for the 2 little ones. She handed me 2 thick ones.
Yeah, bigs. Yeah. Or they got the crack lighters. The crack lighters be like 99 cents sometimes.
Mm-hmm. But what's going on, people? What's going on, people? What's up?
What's good? Yo.
Episode 2. Finally, people were like, yo, you been waiting? I'm like, it's been like, what? It's only been like a week and some change.
Yeah, it's only been like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Your boy was on vacation. You know what I'm saying? I was on vacation twice, actually. I went to Colorado for a minute, you know what I'm saying? For a good little week, chilled out there, got into nature, up in the mountains, then went to Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? So I went from the Rockies to the Appalachians, you know what I'm saying? So we living that mountain life, that nature life. I saw a bear. That was a highlight for sure.
A bear.
I saw a bear for the first time.
Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, that was it. I was just saying for the first time.
Well, I stay on vacation. So my boy was on vacation. I stay on vacation. We just vacationing, man.
That's it, baby. That's it.
But I'm gonna let you the main one. You got plenty of shit to share. So I'm gonna let you segue us.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I think there's going to be a lot of topics that we hit, but one of the most pressing things, right, is generational wealth, right, and currencies, right? So everybody kind of knows what generational wealth is, but just to talk about currencies a little bit, right? So obviously everybody knows about the almighty dollar, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you also have to think of your consciousness as currency, right? And you also have to think of your time as currency, right? Your love is currency, right? These are all things that
it's called current for a reason.
Exactly. Currency, current, moving. And these are all things, right? Going back to what we said before, right, in the last episode about your spiritual bank account, right? These are the type of currencies that your bank account, spiritual bank account, are gonna want, right? If you're only focused on the money, you know what I'm saying? Then that's just physical. That's a physical manifestation of those different currencies that we talked about, right? Because when you learn how to take full control of your consciousness and utilize it to create things, create assets for yourself, right? Instead of, spending time, and don't get it twisted. I watch Netflix, you know what I'm saying? You got to enjoy your human experience.
I just started One Piece. It's about to start One Piece too.
I'm about to start One Piece. I just finished Bleach. You know what I'm saying? I watched all of Bleach. It took me like 2 weeks to watch all 100 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So like, look, we all take our bless you. We all stay blessed. Yes, sir. We all have our various forms of entertainment, right? But realize that when you're looking at things, right, when you're engaging in a distraction, they're taking that consciousness currency from you. They're taking that time currency from you, right? So you just have to make sure that you have things aligned in such a way that you realize that your consciousness truly is a currency, and you realize that your time truly is a currency.
How you said the using your consciousness to create assets, not just that, realizing your consciousness is your most valuable asset. So you got to look at your consciousness as like a stock. Oh, exactly. I love that. Ooh, I love that. That just felt good. That felt really good. Looking at your consciousness and what is the value of your consciousness. Keep going. I gotta.
No, you're right. Because going with that, right? What's going to increase that stock? You know what I'm saying? Skills. You know what I'm saying? You can go like my man said a couple weeks ago. Everybody ain't got to be a rapper. Everybody ain't got to be a singer. Everybody ain't got to be a ball player. You know what I'm saying? You can literally, right? Everybody ain't even got to be a doctor or a lawyer, right? Because it takes like 8-10 years of school for that. But if you spend 10 years being a plumber, you'll make the same type of money. Like, that's not even a joke. That's if you look that up. If you look that exactly, way sooner. In like 5 years, you'll be making that type of money, right? While they're still at school. And that's the thing is like back in the day, right? When, you know, speaking more to Black people right now, back in the day, right? Everybody had a trade. And that's why we were like basically better off in a sense. The laws weren't for us, but everybody had a trade so they could make their own money. They were their own business. Everybody was
even
their
the
own
law
business.
thing, even just then, well, yeah, I'm interrupting, but even with that law thing, realizing that those laws, I guarantee you, somebody can correct me, I might be wrong, but I have a sneaky suspicion those laws were not being enforced within certain jurisdictions, but because since this is my community, this is my shit, and the Republican Party was started by so-called Black people, you can't come up in here and enforce no shit. So that's why there's some fucked up shit with the timeline going on. I'm like, well, if I know the Republican Party was started by quote unquote niggas, and I know that, I'm just looking at there's a lot of mismatch. So I'm like, maybe it was some shit where the Jim Crow was happening over here, but it wasn't happening over here. These Black people, quote unquote, or these Indians had money. These Indians didn't have money. Type shit. There's a lot of weird shit. There's some shit that just doesn't add up when you know that Black people are really Indians. And you know Indians had buildings, they had homes, they had communities, they had republics. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of shit.
And think about it this way, America was way smaller back then, right? So the Tulsa, right? The Tulsa thing, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Oklahoma wasn't founded as a state until 1907. Right, and they killed that community in the 1920s, right? So it's like to build that type of wealth, right?
I think it was before that. I think it had to be before that. Wasn't it before? Maybe it was before that.
I got the Google pulled up real quick.
Jamie, pull it up, Jamie.
You know what I'm saying? I wanna.
My Joe Rogan fans, pull it up, Jamie.
Yeah, pull it up, Jamie. 1921, it was right.
Oh God, so, 1921. My boy's on it. Is she down?
So think about this for a second. So 1921 is when they destroyed this, and it was already a prosperous community at that time, right? So it's going to take way more than, 14 years to build up to that point. So they were probably there for multiple generations. But that was before Oklahoma was a state. You know what I'm saying? So you had this group of, indigenous Black people, right? Indigenous people of color that were basically in a territory that wasn't a part of the United States at that point. You know what I'm saying? And they were already
type shit. 13
exactly.
Colonies.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you really overstand, right, and you think about history in the proper way, like America wasn't always like this. You know what I'm saying? We didn't always have this many states. So there were people, you know what I'm saying, who just had trades, you know what I'm saying, that were building, you know what I'm saying, that were farming, that were doing all types of stuff to create their own self-sustaining economies before it was even a part of the United States.
They make you think like that. They make you think that journey out to the West thing, like when the 13 colonies started moving west, like it was just all wilderness, like there was nothing there. That's a fucking lie. There was plenty of shit. So there was nobody there. There was just nobody there with communities and shit.
Why would you go if there wasn't an opportunity out there? Like, yeah, they were giving you free land, but let's be real.
They were giving you other people's land.
Exactly. Yeah, see, I even got to change the way I talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But the point of that to say, right, is like, if you want to build generational wealth, you know what I'm saying? You need to be focused on acquiring skills, right? The investment into yourself, into your consciousness is going to be the biggest, most valuable payoff for your time, right? If I'm sitting there and I'm reading a book, look, I've read plenty of books in my day, you know what I'm saying? And right, let's take this to the modern century, right? You can right now, you know what I'm saying? You don't need to work for Google. You don't need to work for Facebook, right? But you can right now go on Google and Facebook, learn literally their ad programs, get an ad certification from them, and you can start trapping that.
I didn't know you could get ad certification from them. That's what's up. Is that new?
I think it's been around for some years, but fairly new though. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got to work for a company. You go to Google, you literally Google right now, Google ad certification. It'll probably be the first thing that pops up. You go through that course, boom, you just gained a new skill. Now you can go charge somebody, you know what I'm saying? What 20 to 30%, even 100% premium on whatever they spend on ads. You know what I'm saying? Go out, offer people, say, look, you spend $100 with me, I'll put 50 into the ads and the 50 goes to me for labor. Boom, right there. You know what I'm saying? And once you go through the certification, it ain't gonna take you that long to set it up. So it's like, that's something that just rolls for itself. And now it becomes passive income. You put 2-3 hours of work into it, right? And now you got this person paying you $50 a week or $100 a week or $1,000 a month, right? To manage all of that.
Me, I'm not a personal fan of like that passive income thing. I like to tell people, calibrate yourself to being in flow vibrationally. So if you're operating off a pure law of attraction and you're attracting what's for you, you don't have to think about shit as passive or active. You're just in flow. So you're just reaping your benefits. It don't matter if you keep thinking, oh, this needs to be passive. This needs, just from what I'm looking at, from my personal experience, when I stopped thinking of things as passive and not passive, I just looked at as what is within my flow. What am I not reaching for? What is just coming to me vibrationally? Shit just works out. Shit just works out.
Absolutely. No,
like
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. And on that track, right? Like, start with what you know. You know what I'm saying? Start with what you've already mastered or what you've already learned. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you're you know what I'm saying, you're selling that first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? Because like you already got a gift. Everybody's born with the talent. I don't care who you are. Everybody's born with, rather it be talking, breaking some shit, you know what I'm saying? Gardening, whatever it may be, everybody's got a talent. So it's just like utilize your talent, right, to create that physical currency for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that you understand, you know, that the more you learn, right, the more valuable your consciousness stock becomes.
You gotta realize too that everything is just a manifestation of consciousness. So if you have consciousness, you have a fucking asset. Everybody has an asset. So that means you can do something. You know what I mean? We're not everybody. But I get that you got people that don't want to, you know, nobody wants to go to like, say, like these satanic institutions, college and shit like that no more. I get it. I'm like, okay, if you don't want to go to college, get the skill. You know what I mean? That's real shit. If you don't want to go to college, learn how to. I spoke on it in one of the classes yesterday. Being able to, and go check that class out. I uploaded it to the YouTube. But being able to pimp the consciousness of others. And I know it sounds crazy, but that's how this world operates. They're just pimping consciousness. So even if you don't necessarily have a certificate or this, that, or the fourth, if you know how to tap into the consciousness of other people and leverage that and monetize their consciousness, you can create an endless supply of money, because America, especially America is built off of pimping consciousness. It don't get no simpler than that.
That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that may sound some type of way, but like that's just purely what it is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's why it's so important to take control of certain things, right? And make sure that you're utilizing your time in the right way, is to ensure, you know, that you can build what you need right now for yourself, but then build what you need for your family, your community, XYZ in the future, right? Because that stuff pays dividends. You know what I'm saying? Think about the dude, right? Everybody knows that dude from the hood who was just like, he'd be drinking all day. You know what I'm saying? And then, but homeboy would fix your car. You know what I'm saying? And he was just fixing cars all day. You know what I'm saying? Or the dude who was just like selling random ass products. You know what I'm saying? Always had the bootleg CDs, the incense, the oils. He had everything you need. You ask him to go get something, he'll go find it. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like that's what it is. Like they're tapping into their own individual flow, right? Now you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I'm on something different. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be a whole different level, right? Like we're whole different hybrid beings now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm using all of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to just like tap into all of that knowledge. But we also have to, you know, as I say, invert the pyramid, right? So we got to utilize these systems against the system, right? Like we're using this Zoom right now that was created by the system in order to, you know, go push out this message so that you can break free from it. So that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? When you tap into these things, use them as tools. Don't let them use you. You use it.
People so badly want to not be here, especially in the spiritual community. There's a lot of people, if you want to name a disease that a lot of people have, a mental disease that a lot of people are rocking, is escapism. Or escapophobia, some shit like that. They're trying to escape their life. Okay, you can't escape your life. Even if you kill yourself, you're gonna recycle back into this bitch. Joke's on you. Ooh, that's a little cutthroat, but that's real shit. But you can transmute your life. Just transmute it. I mean, who told you that you weren't allowed to change or have a different situation? When was that a thing? People feel like that this is just my life and that's it. This is just it. It can't be nothing else. I'm like, no, that's not true, because your life is just a reflection of you. If you just start to shift and transmute you, then your life will shift and transmute as a result. You are just experiencing you. Your reality is a manifestation of your vibration.
And
go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. It's funny how you were talking about, like, even with that wealth thing, how you brought up how you have assets in your family just lying around.
Oh yeah.
And nobody's tapping into the shit. And it's redonkulous. Like the house is just sitting there.
Just sitting there. That, like, right, to have some backstory, right? Like when I was in Tennessee, I was just spending a lot of time with my family, you know, talking about stories and stuff like that. And it's like my great grandma's house is just sitting there, and she's been gone for about, I think it'll be 11 years in September. You know what I'm saying? And the house has just been sitting there. And the question is, like, why haven't we put another family member in that house and they paid rent, you know, so that we can A, house a family member, right? But B, you know, be able to create and tap into that generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a wasted asset that's right now a liability. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not getting the proper care and people aren't having the proper mindset around it. You know what I'm saying? I had a uncle who didn't believe in banks, had no idea. He was a welder, actually. He worked with steel. You know what I'm saying? All his life. And he just banked all his money, and he would literally put a bunch of money in his basement. He had hundreds of thousands of dollars in there that he never told people about. And basically, you know, my cousin, right, when she passed away, all that money went to her husband. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that money's out of the family, right? So it's like, if we had the proper things in place, right, he might not have trusted banks, but he still could have been like, here's my will. I got loads of money all throughout the house. Everybody gets 10%.
Could have bought more land. He could have bought land.
He could have bought multiple houses. Yeah, he could have done anything with that. You know what I'm saying?
It's an asset.
Like, but he banked it, right? And it's his, and he has the ability to do what he wishes with it. But at the same time, it's like, now that money has completely left our family, right? And I know that this story, right, if this is happening in my family, I know this is happening literally a million times over. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
Throughout other families. So it's
Exactly.
like, you know, collabing over crabbing, as my man Julian III said, man, like we gotta be looking for ways to help each other out and to build each other up rather than, you know, somebody gets a little money, you start scraping at them, because ultimately you can go get that same type of money. Like there's literally money floating all around you, and all you got to do is build a basket to let it in. You know what I'm saying?
Build a basket. Build a basket.
Build a basket.
Just build a basket.
You're
Yeah.
weaving baskets to collect currency. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is.
You don't make money. You collect money.
Collect it. It comes in. What do you think? Look, man, what do you think Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are doing? They sitting there collecting money. You know what I'm saying? They delegating. They delegate to somebody else who delegates to everything. They don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, leaving them out, there's literally, right? Because if you calculate the potential numbers of billionaires, I think there's something like, maybe like 3,500 billionaires or something like that, right? Everybody can probably name like 10, you know what I'm saying? But there's a whole bunch of mofos who ain't jumping up on TV, ain't saying nothing to y'all. They just sitting back, collecting their currency in the basket. You know what I'm saying? And some of those folks, right, are spiritual too. And that's the thing. It's like when you're really tapping into this law of attraction, when you're tapping into that magnetism, the stuff just comes to you. And you realize that all you got to do is shut up and enjoy your life and be you. You know what I'm saying? In order to relish in your true wealth.
What's interesting too is that you don't need millions of dollars to live a good, happy, fulfilled life.
Nah.
You don't even need millions of dollars to feel wealthy.
Mm-mm.
It's the if you are comfortable and you don't feel like you're scrambling for shit. And if one day you say, you know what, this week I'm gonna take this week off, and you can do that, that's wealthy. That's you are not allowing your time to be leveraged by others. You are the one leveraging your time. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. I may not, from the physical perspective, I may not have millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars right now, but I can leverage my time. For me, that's far more valuable than anything right now. To be able to wake up and go, you know what? How am I going to leverage my asset, which is my consciousness and my time today?
Absolutely. And something else you just kind of, you know, touched on right there is like, you know, you define what wealth means to you. You know what I'm saying? Right, for me, right, I'm trying to be the millionaire because I'm already on that track. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do that within the next 5-10 years. And I know
you knocked that out in 2 tops.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It moves closer and closer. See, here's the thing, because I'll be real with you. That was 2 years ago. That was just a dream, right? But now, sitting here today, legitimately, like just what the stuff that I have in place right now, if I work for 10 years, I will technically be a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this shit ain't, I sit there and I just work the numbers, you know what I'm saying? And I've just been building up and going up and to the right, you know what I'm saying, over the last 6 years, constantly working on myself in different ways, constantly teaching myself new skills, you know, to put myself in a position to, you know, be able to have that, right? But you need to define wealth for yourself, because what I can tell you for sure is I know everybody, right, has the ability to get the right credit score so that you can get yourself some land, you know what I'm saying? So that you can get yourself a house, you know what I'm saying? Some property, you know what I mean? And that's the most important thing when it comes to this system that we live on, right? Is, you know, whoever has the land, whoever has the real estate, right? That's why it's real estate. Whoever has that, you know what I'm saying, is who makes money. Because if I buy a house, right, I pay that house off over 30 years, right? I'm 27 now, so I'll be 60 or 57. Then I now have a whole asset that's just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? And if I have kids or whatever, or even my brothers and my cousins, right, I can just pass that down to them. And now they have and it'll appreciate over years. So let's call it, they have a $500,000 house that they can literally just sell and have that money for themselves.
Literally,
if not keep it.
If you took like 200 grand and you went and you bought a whole bunch of land and you just gave it some time, maybe like a few months or whatever, you could literally go to land developers and then sell that shit for millions of dollars.
Literally.
And they buy it.
There's people, there's states right now within the US where you can literally buy land for like $1 down, like a $400 filing fee, and then it's $200 a month for like 41 months. And that land is yours, and it's like 10 acres. You know what I'm saying? It's in Georgia, random place in Georgia. But look, like those opportunities are out there.
It's because you gotta realize we got this scarcity mindset. There's so much dirt laying around this bitch because everybody's living in a city. Exactly. There's way more empty space than you think in this. Oh goodness. I was driving out in Louisiana when I rented a car to go pick somebody up. I just saw nothing but land. Nothing. That's but all land. You see.
I've made the drive from Chicago to, because like, don't get it twisted. I live in the city myself. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I've worked hard to afford that lifestyle. I couldn't always afford the city. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote, afford the city. But you drive an hour and a half out of Chicago and you got the same thing. You're just in land. You know what I'm saying? There's all types of land that you can that's just sitting there ready for you to buy. You know what I'm saying? It's a 300-mile roughly trip from Ohio from Cincinnati to Chicago. And it's like, you spend 4 hours literally looking 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 feet in each direction. And it's just land. You know what I'm saying? Land that no one owns at that. So it's like, y'all just got to tap in. You know what I'm saying? And let's say you get your land, right? You learn some basic, like, you know, how to put up some drywall, some basic woodworking skills, and some basic plumbing skills. And you can put that. Hold my beer. You can literally get a book for all that. You know what I'm saying?
Let the man walk through. Let a man do his thing. Hold my beer. I fuck all that shit up with my hard hat. Let a man do what this tool do.
yo, and that's a good point too. Yo, most of these folks out in the country, they be playing rural folks like they dumb. Yo, those are probably the smartest people, because why would they want to go live in a crowded space? They got to go a mile over to get to their next neighbor. You know what I'm saying? And they know how to do all their shit on their farm. And they're self-sufficient. They're living.
Waka Flocka is a farmer. That's how you know the world is ending. Waka Flocka is a farmer.
Waka Flocka Flame. Ole Do It is a farmer. You know what I'm saying?
He said, bow, bow. Look at my tomato plants. Bow, bow. But
bow, look at the cows. You know what I'm saying?
He said, these Illuminati niggas tripping. I need to farm. He said, I can't eat rats. I can't eat rats. These Illuminati niggas tripping. My boy Waka Flocka is like Thanos. He went, did his dirt, pipped some consciousness. Waka Flocka went and snapped his fingers and then became a farmer.
That's deep, yo. That's deep. And yo, also, right, because I've watched Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka is tapped in for sure. But I watched the interview, and the first thing he did after rap was invest in real estate. And he literally would buy properties in Atlanta and just let his family live in them. They pay him rent, you know what I'm saying, for the mortgage, and the house would appreciate, and he just sell the house to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so simple. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So simple. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what he said too, is he was like, yo, once I figured out how this shit works, it's like, yo, you find the process that works and you repeat it. You know what I'm saying?
And to add to that, realizing that, yo, I had to tell myself, you don't always have to be fucking creative. Yo.
No.
You don't have to be creative. People, I'm starting to realize with a lot of what I'm doing, I'm like, wait, why am I trying to create shit? Let me just look at people who have done something similar to what I'm doing that I like, and I'm gonna just do that. That's it.
That's simple.
I'm gonna just do that. Because it works for a reason. It don't have to always because you got to get a lot of us spiritual folk. We real artsy and real woo. Listen, let's be real. Capitalism ain't built off of artsiness. It's built off of exploitation and systems. The rich people get rich not because they're creative most times. There are more rich people that are not creative than there are creative. Why? Because they just found a system. They saw somebody doing some shit. They just started doing it and just trusted the process, and the shit worked.
That's it.
Well,
once you get a blueprint, follow it.
Well,
Don't try to rework the blueprint. You got the blueprint, cool, just follow it. Trust the process, and it'll work out. You know what I'm saying? There's literally 144,000 motherfuckers right now on YouTube giving you all different types of blueprints. You know what I'm saying? So just pick one. Yeah. Pick one and go with it. You know what I'm saying? And also, right, just like with the spiritual community, there's way more people who you will get a lot more value out of that are talking about real estate, credit, and building businesses than you ever will out of following a spiritual mofo. You know what I'm saying?
It's over, my people. It's over.
Hot out here, ain't it?
Hot out here, ain't it?
How many times he probably has, to be honest. I unfollowed him, so he probably has by this point.
Yeah,
but that's to say, right? Why are you sitting there listening? You waiting for this nigga live every single day, and then to listen to the same exact message, maybe twisted a little differently.
A message that doesn't necessarily enhance your life. Because let's be real, there are people that have been saying, there are motivational speakers that will say the same shit for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't change that. But what they're saying changes lives. So guess what? Yeah, if it's changing your life and it works, I'm gonna say the same shit for 30 plus years and I'm gonna eat off that shit. I ain't mad at you. There's only so much shit I can say about spirituality and teach people. I'm getting close to the point where I'm pretty sure I'm just about to start just repeating the same shit. I think I'm gonna find my 20 key things, that I know hit home. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. This shit don't change. I'm gonna just keep hitting those 20 key things and just trap the fuck out that. Because some people need to hear shit more than once. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not about, that's where I was telling you, I was getting too caught up in my creativeness, thinking about, what's the next new thing I could say? What's the next new thing I could say? I was like, no, nigga, if this shit works, why are you trying to say something new when the shit worked? The universe is simple. So if I'm talking about the universe to people, why would I try to make up some shit to make it seem like it's more than what it is? I don't have to do that.
Exactly.
It's just this. Water is wet. That's it.
That's it. I love going back to, my man Bobby Hemmett. You know what I'm saying? Gotta respect him, right? Because he was one of the biggest people on his wave 20, 30 years ago at this point. Almost 40. But you listen to 20. I probably realistically have watched over 100 of those
that's great.
3+ hour videos. You know what I'm saying? But to be real, once you watch about 3, 4, or 5 of them, it's all the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He's repeating most of that 3 hours, right? 2 hours of it is spent talking about his core thing that he has, and then an hour of it is spent talking about whatever particular topic he has, which is usually in flow with whatever he was talking about before anyway.
Or it's just life. Sometimes a lot of it too is I'm finding that when I talk about my targets, I talk about my main topic, but then that's the meat, but the side dishes and everything. Well, I don't eat meat, but you know what I mean. But everything else that's your mushrooms. But everything else, everything else, like your kale and shit, and your herbal teas and shit, is my experience.
Exactly.
The wealth is information is information, but what makes information valuable is the experience behind the information. There's a lot of spiritual gurus on the internet. Everyone is a spiritual guru these days. But what separates me from them? Well, it's my experiences.
Exactly.
That's why I'm not competing with nobody. There is no competition. You know what I mean? A lot of these jokers barely can meditate. Some of these people I know don't meditate.
Absolutely.
Like I can just see it. Oh no, you don't meditate. The people who meditate don't talk like that. Goodness.
Yeah, man. Even, I mean, just working on your traumas. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even got to necessarily, I mean, everybody should meditate because it's good for you. But even if you don't, just like working on your traumas, right? There's people in this spiritual community telling you how to quote unquote be yourself and learn who you are, but they ain't even figured out their own trauma. And you see it every time they make a video. You know what I'm saying? They're sitting there mad at some shit, repeating the same stories of like somebody that fucked them over, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to get past that. You know what I'm saying? You got to heal from that, right? Because that's what this shit is about. That's the name of the game. Heal yourself, right? Know yourself, right? Learn your truth. You know what I'm saying? And then figure out how you want to live, you know? Because, right, going back to defining wealth for a second, is if your version of wealth is being able to sit on the beach and, you know what I'm saying, work at a tiki bar, but just be able to chill. Yeah, right. But just be able to chill, like get your herb, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You know what I mean? Like there's plenty of people doing that right now, and they're more wealthy than, they're wealthier than Jeff Bezos, right? Because they just have total control over their time and they chill with good people and they just got nothing but a good paradise vibe around them at all times.
And they still have their soul.
And they got their soul. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't following nobody else's program. They just on their own way. Bro, that's really, like, when you really when you narrow this down to, like, its simplest, most basic point, it's about doing what you want. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because you wake up if you're already doing what you want to do. That's because the business, right? The business stuff might not necessarily be for you, right? The building out or having land and stuff like that, starting a real estate, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That might not be for you, but it's about like tapping into like what it is that's going to make you the happiest, what's going to make you feel in alignment, and that's what you want to focus on.
And I would at least say even if it's not your thing, at least have some information. So you don't have to, just because you have the information doesn't mean you have to do anything. But guess what? I guarantee you, if you get the information, you're going to be enticed to do something, because then that information is just going to sit there. It's going to be in the back of your head. See, it doesn't have to be. I said this in my class yesterday. I realized I came to the conclusion that my pimpage does not have to be woo, 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 woo. It doesn't have to be this big Mona Lisa Eiffel Tower looking thing. My pimpage is simple. I sit and I meditate and I vibe. And that's it. That's how I pimp. That's how I trap. Trap your kind. If jokers be like, I'm trapping. They'll be like, oh, Saturn says he's trapping. What is he trapping? I'm trapping consciousness. That's what I'm trapping. My own included.
My own included. Yo, I mean, that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? Is like, tap into yourself and whatever it is that you feel the most that you need to do, you need to do. If somebody came to me right now and said, Ish, I have no idea what to do, I'm this, I'm that, blah, 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 I'm behind on this, I'd be like, yo, A, what are you good at? B, what do you want to do? 3, what have you studied? And then you probably be able to give me 3 things, and I'd be like, all right, focus on those. Just those 3 things, and your life will improve. Straight up. It's really not, as we keep saying, it's all simple, and it's really not that hard. You just got to make sure that you're.
If the issue also, if you came to the issue and you were like, or you came to me and it's like, oh, I can't figure out what it, blah, 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 I'd be like, well, first of all, simplify your life. If you want to figure out, your flow, you need to simplify your life. That's why the reason why you hadn't figured anything out is because your life is too complicated. Because if your life was simple, what you need to do would be like, bam, right there on your forehead, right there. Like you wouldn't miss it when you look in the mirror.
Exactly.
A lot of us, you're too focused on irrelevant things.
right? Coming from New York City after living out there for 5 years, right? It's like that city literally rewards you, right, for being busy, right? It literally the system of New York is if you're busy, you will be successful. You know what I'm saying? And busy includes as soon as you get off of work, you got to go to the bar with all your coworkers, right? Because you got to make sure that you're networking and like everybody likes you, right? And then you literally come back home because the bars close at 4 a.m. Come back home at 2, 4 a.m., whatever it is, and then you sleep for like 4 or 5 hours. Sleep as less as possible so you can get up in the morning and do work, right? On the weekend, you got to get up, go hang out with your friends, go do some exciting thing, post it on Instagram. But you know what I'm saying? Like the more of that type of stuff you have in your life, you know what I'm saying? The more complicated you're making it and the more you're moving away from what it is that you actually need to be doing. Simplify your life, and once again, things will just literally magically come to you. Magically come to you.
Let's have a life is beautiful. One, because my high is really kicking in. That's the thing with Damiana. I don't know if you could tell looking at me. With Damiana, a lot of it ain't really if you smoke like say hit 2 J's, it's not like you'll feel it, but the high won't initially kick in. Yeah. But it's one of those things that's after you get done smoking and you chill and you just be quiet. And it's just like,
It's like tingly all over my body.
Like I start to feel like I start to feel like I'm in the clouds. You know what I mean? I start to get like floaty. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I start to get in that flow.
I actually can't wait I got my stuff coming in tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to try it out, bro.
And also, I know it's gonna be weird after you smoke it. If you sniff your fingers with the hand that you smoke, it smells good because the herb you could also like put it in teas and shit. So it's got a nice roasted barbecue wood chippy smell. So my hand be smelling like I just got done eating barbecue, like type shit, like Mexican food. And I'll be like, God damn, I feel like that shit smell good. Like I'm gonna eat my fingers type shit.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yo, and that's the thing too, right? That's a topic in and of itself. It's like there's other herbs outside of marijuana or cannabis to smoke. You know what I'm saying? That people have been smoking or eating or drinking, right, for thousands of years that will also benefit you in similar and more ways than cannabis. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, that's one of the things I think we're gonna look into.
Look out for the 144 brand. 144,000 herbal blend. Look out for it.
144. The 144K, 114K, baby. It's coming for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Or the Ascended Masters. I call it that shit. The Ascended Masters herbal blend.
Yes. Or it can be like the Egyptian paradise. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. I think that one's probably already taken.
Yeah, it probably is. It sounds like an instant name or something, doesn't it?
Yeah. That sounds like something like some Babylonian would just like pimp it, like just to exploit Egypt, because they exploit the fuck out of Egypt. Like I just feel, oh my goodness, they exploit the fuck out of Egypt. But anyway, I was gonna say, let's take a life is beautiful moment. Take a sip. All my people at home, cheers, nigga.
Cheers.
Life is beautiful. Also, this is herbal tea. I just brewed this shit. Don't think it's nothing else. I just brewed this shit. Joker's like, oh, he got that dirty. He got that fire water. No, I don't.
It does kind of look like Henny. I ain't gonna lie.
I know it does, don't it? That's why I was like, wait. They're like, damn, this nigga getting lit. Like, well, no, man. I'm just herbal tea, bro. You gotta drink the herbal tea after you smoke your herb. It's just I'm herbing up, man. Gotta get that mucus out.
Hell yeah, get that mucus out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you clear it out, baby. Clear it out.
Oh fuck. Oh man. I know we had another important thing that we wanted to touch on.
I know what I want to touch on right now is this 144,000. All this, look, let's be real. Right? Talking about the box within the box, right? Getting trapped in higher forms of the matrix or different forms of the matrix, right? It's like some of y'all got to really wake up and just realize that y'all being programmed by a different institution, by a different person, by a different regime, right? And that, like, just because it's countercultural doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for you or that it's like productive, you know? Because I see,
you said it.
I see way too many of y'all. Some of y'all, honestly, because I know what manic is, and some of y'all manic right now. You know what I'm saying? And some of y'all just need to like really take a chill pill, cut your social media off for about 30 days, cut whatever you're doing off for about 30 days. Yeah.
For about forever.
Start with 30 days and then, you know, and then go into the forever. But like some of y'all just like need to realize, because bro, if I'm seeing, right, like if I'm seeing the same, a lot of people are just reposting the same videos, like reposting the same knowledge from literally institutions that I already know of. And like, they literally produce like hundreds of books. And a lot of motherfuckers are just like retrapping that knowledge online. And it's like, yo, if you're a scammer, you know what I'm saying? And that's what you do. Like, all right, go do it. Maybe somehow, some way that's your blessing. But like, if you're like somebody who's really, you know what I'm saying, trying to be for the people and really trying to like manifest the life that you want and be a sovereign being, it's like you got to deprogram from some of that shit. Because look, there ain't no separation between Black people, white people, Asian people, anything. You know what I'm saying? Some of the most valuable knowledge I've gained throughout my life has been from white people. Some of the realest love that I've gotten has been from white people. You know what I'm saying?
I have a lot of my thinking and my philosophies are founded in Eastern views, and I get it. Like Asia, Europe, and Africa, that's all one place. Like it's all the same shit. It's one area. It's the illusion of separation. That's the same.
Exactly.
It's the same shit. But a lot of I am drawn to the Chinese, to that Chinese, their old culture during the age of like traditional Chinese medicine, like not communism. I'm talking about the ancient shit. Where jokers was riding dragons and shit.
Yeah, Sun Tzu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Sun Tzu, Confucius, like all these niggas. Like that is where a lot of my, and also my dad had me read. I remember my dad was one of those dads that had me read The Art of War as a kid and like 48 Laws of Power as a kid. Yeah. So a lot of that, I know about a lot of those niggas from I was like 13 and my dad gave me like 48 Laws of Power. He was like, read that. And he gave me The Art of War. So and such shit. So actually I was ingrained with like a very, even though I may look chill, because this is what I'm showing people, I was ingrained with a tactician mindset. You know what I mean? So that's why we starting the spiritual mafia. Well, it's already started. I'm recruiting.
Yo,
I'm recruiting.
This disclaimer, this is not a illegal enterprise or illegal institution. We are founded in entertainment, education, and love.
And it's basically like no different from how the mafia these days ain't necessarily illegal. They do legal shit illegally. I'd say we do legal shit spiritually illegally. Because it's not the system, but let me stop it.
Trapping the system, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah, trapping the system. That's all it is. You just make the shit work. Some real decadent aristocrat spiritual nigga shit. I mean, we in this bitch. What we gonna do?
Yo, we here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate my ancestors. I give my ancestors love and appreciation every single day. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? They made me, and I'm here for a reason. So I can't be, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they did is what they did. You know what I'm saying? I can appreciate that now, but I have to go forward in the future, you know what I'm saying? And either repeat some shit, you know what I'm saying? Or do my own shit. Because you can't sit there and just be like, oh, I was a king and queen in the past. You know what I'm saying? But what are you now? You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. And that's why being present is so important, right? Is you have to.
You still that. I was a king and queen in the past. I'm like, what do you mean was in the past? You still are. You just don't view it wasn't, the title of king didn't make you a king. The title does not make the man. It is the man that makes the title.
Precisely.
That's it. What does that mean? I can put king on anybody. What's up, king? King, 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 king. What does that mean? Because guess what? There are kings that are better than other kings based off of their character. So it's the man that makes the title. That's just a word, king. Exactly. That's why people will call me God or king or whatever. I don't flinch at the shit. You know what I mean? Because they're all, in my name, they're all, in my eyes, they're all the same thing. All the same thing. I'm a third. No, fuck your 9 ether beings. Fuck you. I'm 13 ether. Me and my boy 13 ether. 13 ether beings. 13. We ain't even got no color. You can't even see us. We don't even have a form. We just gas out in this bitch. We just etheric gas.
We in the trees. We in the mountains.
We the mountains. That's hard. Ooh, that's
know
hard.
What I'm saying?
You about to make me smoke another one. Let me chill. Because I found that like you don't just smoke up whole. You gotta enjoy your high. You don't just keep smoking. God damn. You gotta give yourself a break. Give yourself a second.
Yeah, you gotta let it kick in. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let it kick in.
We the trees, we the mountains, we the Apaches, we the Appalachians, we all of that shit.
Damn straight, we the rock, bro. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Be natural. You know what I'm saying? Be of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like live in tandem with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't see like what's 9 ether, 6 ether. Yo, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? 13 ether. You know what
you both in this shit. You both in this shit. Yeah, whether you 9 or 6 ether, you still here.
You still here. You still do. Got to do something. You know what I'm saying? You can either waste it, right, or you can make the most out of it. And I, for one, decide to make the most out of it.
Not to, because I know you were going somewhere with your point. Was there something you were going before I started saying fuck the whatevers and blah blah blah?
No, man, it's flowing, bro. Everything's flowing as it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to spend too much time talking negatively about anything. The point of that, right, is just to say, like, get on your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You hopped on. Don't just hop on another program. You know what I'm saying? Don't just do that. Create your own program. Don't get on somebody else's agenda. Create
exactly. And the name of the game. Let's bring it back full circle to like some business shit too. Because though we have our spiritual talks, I believe like our warrior priesthood. This podcast is more of the mafia talk. I'm not gonna hold you. Our spiritual mobs are scheming and shit. Like the name of the game is nonprofits. I've been doing a little digging.
What you been learning?
Nonprofits don't pay them taxes.
Nonprofit profits. You feel me?
Nonprofit profits. Be a businessman, not a businessman.
Businessman.
Man, be a business man. But no, on some real shit, you gotta think. I'm really looking at this fucking how the Yakuza and the mafia move. You know what I mean? Not let's take out the extremes. I'm not stomping you out face first on a curb. Maybe. Right. All right. I'm talking more so about that family structure. All right. Don Toretto shit. I wish I would have played that shit in the background on some family shit. Yeah. Don Toretto shit. But no, really, how could obviously we getting our cheese, we're getting our bread, but having a situation where other people, the bread can trickle down. Not even trickle down, trickle up, because the pyramids inverted, trickle upwards, and then it'll trickle back down to us. But really having, I see it as like building that reservoir of income, as in, because I remember seeing when I was in Maryland, I would see how you had the land developers had a certain last name, but then the people doing the paperwork for the land had the same last name, and the contractor had the same last name, and the bank that you're getting the loan from had the same last name. I'm like, wait a second. So, that's your brother? Oh, that's your cousin? They're all fucking related. But I'm not even just talking about blood. I'm talking about you having that network, just how like basically how the Freemasons have their shit, and you wouldn't know it. They all doing business with one another. And they got their network, their reservoir of money trickling from one person to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. We need to do that shit.
Exactly. And it ain't a trickle, they flowing. You know what I'm saying?
Flowing. You know what I mean. Flowing.
Yeah, I know. Flowing, like flowing. we need to like, that's the point of sovereignty. Like that's why we're talking about skills and trades, you know what I'm saying? Because when I'm building my real estate empire, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna need contractors, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna need plumbers, I'm gonna need electricians. I'll probably learn a little bit of it, but I ain't gonna learn it like as deep as a real electrician's gonna learn it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we can be keeping that all within the community, you know what I mean? That's all, bro. Exactly. That's all. That's what every I mean, right, once again, it's not about black, it's not about white, but like that's how things are split up socio-economically and class-wise in America. That's what
those family bloodlines do. Let's say that. That's what those bloodlines do.
Exactly. You know, when you see a bunch of Nigerians come over, the Nigerians create their own communities, and they got a contractor, they got a driver, they got a daycare, they got a convenience store. You know what I'm saying? They got people building shit up, people buying shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what we got to do. We got to start to be self-sustaining in the sense that we're utilizing our own skills in order to manifest
doing that shit for the warrior priesthood of gnosis. It's not about, I don't need you to be my blood relative. You a soul. We both soul beings. We come from the same place, and we know what the fuck this shit is. And we're not fucking extremists. Let's be real. I've simplified your thinking in your life. Okay, some shit happened. We don't particularly remember what, but it happened. We here. I'm a soul. You a soul. We have spirits. We all come in different shapes and sizes. Fact of the matter is, we in this bitch. What do we need to do? We need to trap the fuck out of this system so that we can no longer be exploited.
Exactly.
Commercially.
Exactly. Because all of y'all geniuses.
That's it. That is it. Nothing. I don't need any other details. I don't need nothing about no ascended, blah blah blah, the huda or whose ship. Okay, fuck shit. I don't need any of that other shit. The name of the game now, I've determined, is you need to beat the game. Beat the game. Beat Babylon's system. That's like it. You want to escape it. Just beat the game.
Just beat it. So master what's going on and do it in a non-exploitive way, right?
Exactly. Exploit Babylon.
Yeah, I feel that. Exploit the exploiters. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Robin Hood.
Because you gotta realize when they're doing wicked shit, wicked motherfuckers always have holes in their shit. Because wicked people don't even trust other wicked people. They gotta blackmail and keep each other in check. So they they distract you and make you fight amongst yourselves. But little do you realize that they also fight amongst themselves. So they're always cutting deals and shit. This, that way, and the fourth. Trying to always topple one another. Always trying to be on top of the other. Trying to get shit over. Watch their back. We don't have to do any of that shit. Because the common goal is, if you realize that to have nothing is to have everything, and really, everybody just wants to not have to work. And when I say not have to work, I mean work as in you're doing some shit you don't want to do.
Yep. Spend 40 hours on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, nobody wants to do that anymore. Nobody wants to feel like they have to be surrounded by people they don't want to be around. That's what I think is far more valuable than anything else you could offer. My peace of mind outweighs billions of dollars, trillions of dollars. Because if I have trillions of dollars, but I have no peace of mind, what's the point of having the trillions of dollars? I can't even enjoy the shit.
Literally, man. You know, once again, it's that simple.
And I was bringing up the nonprofits because setting shit up, finagling Babylon so that they can't fucking touch us. Because I'm playing by the rules by which your system, first of all, I'm pretty sure, show me the law that you can take personal income taxes too. Show me that shit. Show me all this shit. We about to get all the lawyers. We about to goddamn. I got the I'm about to get my loyal plugs. I know I got some homies with some lawyers and shit. You do too. I'll be like, yo, I need some info on this. You know what I mean? We about to get all our shit's about to be straight. All right, because we not the game ends here. And I'm not just talking about North America. All of the Americas is our shit. Okay? And not our shit as in we own it. It's our shit as in we have just as much right to this land as anybody else. And nobody is going to exploit us on this land anymore.
Straight up.
Not no more.
Straight up.
You know, I saw a post on social media where somebody was talking about, yo, they got us paying rent on our land. I'm like, yeah, because they finagled you. They finagled us. We got finagled. You was there. I'm like, yeah, so if you don't want to pay rent on your land, start doing shit. Work the system. And I don't care if anybody's like, oh, I don't want to hear that. I'm like, no, but what else are you going to do? Sit there and keep complaining about how you paying rent on your land? I'm like, well, if it is, figure out your bloodline, go get a skill, all right? Get your gang going, all right? Go leverage your shit, get that reservation. I don't fucking know. Do something.
Yes. Get your reservation. Get your reservations. We ain't talking reparations. We talking reservations and restitution. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because we're entitled to that, dog. Like everybody's seen that whole Manhattan Beach thing about how that family got a $70 million worth of property back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, all they did was the research, bro. You know what I'm saying? They spent a lot of time doing it, but I guarantee you that time was worth it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, shit. What would have happened if just 10 of us came together? We got our credit together. 10 of us got our credit straight, and then we all got our business loans. And then how much is off? You know, if all of us basically just say if we just started a real estate company, something really, really basic. An entry-level business, real estate consulting, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know, but you know my mind is in the right place. Mm-hmm. And then 10 of us started that shit. And we all had, 10, we all started 10 companies. I might be doing this wrong, 10 companies, but then we also started the umbrella company. So we'd have the subsidiaries underneath that company. We'd be able to take out credit, I'm sure, for each of those companies, as well as the umbrella company. Bam, we can go get some shit.
With a zero revenue business and a good credit score of like 730, right? Mm-hmm. You can go easily get probably about $20,000-$30,000 right now. Like if I formed your business, within as soon as that business forms, call it 10 days, right? You get your EIN number, you know what I'm saying? You go get your bank account. You can literally use a program called NAV, right? That will tell you what business credit you get the highest approval odds for. You know what I'm saying? And they will just give you the money.
And we take 30,000, whatever. Take that and multiply that by 10.
300.
Bam. There's our land right there.
Boom. That's a few pieces of land too, if you do it smart.
Quite a few pieces of land. But again, that's the type of shit that you do with gang members. That's some gang shit. All right? Because we not fucking around over here. No, we fucking around, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, we're fucking around.
Like, we definitely fucking around. Now, I'm not gonna even hold you. I'm goofy. But I'm really on some this is serious, guys. Like, no, this isn't waiting for the mothership to come out the sky. This is, let's build the mothership here. Fuck it. You know what? You want to leave this bitch so damn bad. If you want to go past Antarctica, let's become billionaires and build our submarines, get some tanks, and blow this bitch out from the inside out.
I did not approve of this message. I did not approve of this message.
I mean, like, what the fuck is that?
Yo.
Did you say he was gonna get some tanks and blow your way through Antarctica? and go. First of all, if you go to I went there, I astral projected. So if you want to really get out, there's literally like a whole fortress civilized. Goddamn, I'm just telling. There's literally, I'm not shitting you. One day I was having an astral trip by mistake, and I just opened my eyes while I was asleep, and I was walking around in Antarctica naked because I was in spirit form. So I'm like, why am I in Antarctica naked? And I just kept walking, and I started looking underground. I'm like, oh, this is like this giant ass gate, like the gate of like some gate of the gods type shit, with a giant ass door, and behind that door is like a whole fucking civilization, and there's like peeps walking around in that bitch chilling. So I'm just like, yo. For all we know, that's a whole nother civilization there. That's probably like a checkpoint from our point of the civilization beyond. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is like some real plantation shit, people. Like, I'm not even, I mean, people are going to be like, oh, anybody that's not on the wave, if they hear me and they're like, oh, this nigga's crazy. I'm like, okay. Why can you go everywhere else but Antarctica?
I mean, look, man. But that's the point, right? It's like fucking just build the shit yourself, dog. You ain't gotta wait for nobody to fly down. You ain't gotta wait for nobody to give you a handout. Everybody out here idolizing rappers, right? And trying to get a deal, but you don't know that deal is just a loan, dog. Most of these rappers are broke. You know what I'm saying? So don't be a rapper, dog. Be a plumber.
Everything is built off of pimpage.
Yeah.
Everything is, rappers are just prostitutes, most of them. They're being pimped. Even Tupac said, oh yeah, I'm getting pimped, but it's about how long you get. He said that dumbass shit. Like, this nigga said, it's not about being, what if it's about, well, it's about how long you get pimped.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He ain't own his shit and motherfucker dead, and now they own the shit.
Damn, there's some people that love Tupac. They're about to be like, you need keyboard warrior shit. You Tupac. You still don't understand psyops. That was a whole psyop, people. I'm sorry to go listen to Tupac. I'm not saying don't listen to Tupac. Just know that's a psyop. That nigga's an actor. Like, they're all actors. Dude was in the cold. Even, shit, you was talking about that Supreme Mathematics shit.
Oh, yeah. Watching Power. Yeah, I was watching Power Book 3, you know what I'm saying, 50 Cent stuff, and it was like they're talking about supreme mathematics and stuff, and that leads back to an organization called the Nation of Gods and Earths or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really look into it that much, but like that shit was like a cult. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, all these motherfuckers are connected in some various different way. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and all they're trying to do, right, is basically they're pimping out themselves and their consciousness to somebody who's probably somewhat tapped into the flow, you know what I'm saying, to ride their coattails to get a little piece of something, you know what I'm saying, when you can just be doing this shit yourself. You can just learn this shit yourself. Now, even if you wanted to be a rapper, it's so much more profitable to be an independent rapper right now, because niggas will literally sign a deal to get on Spotify. You can pay $25 right now to a company called DistroKid and be put on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I could be wrong too.
Shit's a joke.
But even if you do have quote unquote bad credit right now, one, it's actually not that hard to clean that shit up. Two, like if you
holla at your boy if you need your credit repaired. By the way, I got you.
But yeah, holla your boy, holla at Ish, hit him up. But even if you file. And it's something, if you file your paperwork correctly, that you can file that company as its own entity. So that means it has its own credit score or some shit like that.
Yeah, if you build no, you're right. If you build an LLC right now, you know what I'm saying, that LLC is considered its own person, right? Its own entity, as they say, and that entity is liable to get its own credit. You know what I'm saying? Eligible to get its own credit. And
that's why it's all about the paperwork down here. That's how they do it to us with the birth certificates and shit. It's the paperwork. The magic is in the paperwork. Exactly.
Devil's in the details. Why do you think they say they're talking about contracts, dog? That's why they say read the fine print.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Is if motherfuckers read the contract, like if you read the terms, when I was like 13, 14, I actually read the terms and services of Facebook, and I realized that, oh, like none of this is my shit. Like, yeah, they're reserving a profile for me that I'm putting my name on, but the minute I put a picture up there or I put an idea up there, that's their shit. Like straight up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's their platform. They own it all. You know what I'm saying? Even when we put the shit up on YouTube, like, yeah, it's our video, but it's like YouTube's video. You know what I'm saying? So it's
that's why
like
I'm putting shit on Patreon too. Join the Patreon. All
join
right.
the Patreon.
Plug, double plug. Boom, boom,
double
boom.
plug.
Double plug.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? But really quick to go in the game with the business, right? So you could form, it cost me $350 to form my business, right? You form your business, right? And right now I have within 10 days of me getting that business, I was able to go out and get business credit. So for your first like card or credit, they're going to check your personal score, right? But what I'm going to do, right? I have this one card right now. I'm going to build business credit with it, right? So that they will loan me money off of my business credit score. So they will never, ever have to check my personal credit ever again. But also the card that I have right now is not on my personal account. So it doesn't impact my score in any way past the initial pool. You know what I'm saying? So literally forming a business is just so much smarter, because once you literally figure out how to make $1 into $2, you know what I'm saying? You could turn that shit into a business and literally get money from insert bank's name here. You know what I'm saying? And just do that process over and over again. Free game. You know what I'm saying? That's easy game. Some of y'all probably heard that before, but even if you don't have a service that you're offering, it's worth doing, because it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And the credit, right? The credit score, that's when we talk about this system, that's one of the markers that this system uses to identify who gets wealth and who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Literally,
And the fucked up part is, even if you do have good credit, if you don't have cash coming in, that credit is only going to get you so far.
Exactly.
Cash is always king, regardless.
That's
We're talking about taking credit and converting it into physical assets that we can leverage to get cash.
Exactly. We're not talking about taking credit and going and buying some Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Going and buy like some shit that don't make, a bunch of weed. Like, no, we're talking about taking that, you know what I'm saying? Taking that money and flipping it. However you flip it, you flip it. If that's going and buying seeds and planting them in the garden so that you can sell tomatoes, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's, I got a DJ board right here, buying a DJ board so that you can go and play parties. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you got to think about this, right? You got to rethink the way that you even think about credit, because most people see credit as like, oh, if I run my credit cards up, blah, blah, blah. Even if you're just utilizing personal credit and you never set up a business, you can leverage that money and you can flip that money. You know what I'm saying? As soon as your credit gets good, you get all types of, I literally got an offer to be like, yo, do you want a $30,000 to $50,000 personal loan? Just because I got good credit. You know what I'm saying? And keep in mind, like, I got good money flowing in too. So that obviously is going to make an impact on it. But call it, bro.
It's not about, it doesn't need to be 50,000. Because think about it. If they just say 5,000, let's be real. There's a lot you can do with 5,000. All right.
Exactly.
If you're not just blowing your money on bullshit, shit you don't need, you can take 5,000, and if you move a certain type of way, you can flip that shit. All right. Even if you do, I do not advocate in selling drugs. Even if you go grab a pack or two, you know what I mean? You take that 5,000, you go grab a pack or two. I've been associating with some peeps, just getting some game, asking questions. They've been telling me how much shit goes for what. They like, yo, this right here, 2 ounces, that shit is 2,800 right there. I'm like, 2,800. I see why niggas. God damn, what the fuck? 28. But you know what?
God
the thing is with these drug dealers, theoretically, the issue with these drug dealers that I theoretically know is that, hypothetically know, is that money comes in quick, money goes very fast. I'm literally looking at this nigga. I'm like, okay, how much you just come and get? How much just came in? Whoop de whoop. I'm like, okay, what you gonna do with that? Flex? What the fuck do you mean, dude? Go get an LLC. Go set up a business. What it would love. Go get some corporations set up. Like go legitimize yourself. You know what I mean? Go at least get a front for your business. If you're gonna do this, go get a laundromat. Go get something. You ain't never seen the laundromat cleaning shit? Even I know that shit.
Bro, I lived in Brooklyn, bro. I can tell you, you walk up down the street, 80% of those stores are probably fronts. You know
They're
what I'm
all
saying?
owned by Italians.
Money.
All owned by Italians. The Italians own all that shit. Fronts for everything. Fronts for cleaning money. All that shit. God damn. Spiritual mafia, bro.
That's what bro. But look, see, all right. So flipping it, right, to the legal side, right?
To the legal side, yeah, legal shit.
Right now, you know what I'm saying? You can literally search up on Amazon, right, the top grossing items and the fastest selling items, and you can literally create a website and use that credit to market your website and sell that product. It's not even yours. You don't have to touch it. It's literally like an Amazon. You know what I'm saying? You can literally, right, you can go on Fiverr, right, look and see what services people are offering, right, for, you know, $5 to like $100 usually, and you can just charge a 10x multiple on that and go find other clients. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big proponent of sales, right? Like I've been in sales for the last 6 years. You can literally go on YouTube, teach yourself how to do sales, teach yourself how to do some digital marketing, and you can flip that shit. You know, you can flip literally any product.
What's even better on top of that is you don't even have to do the thing. See, say you went and learned about how to do the Amazon shit. You could then say, hey, my business is I will set up your Amazon shit for you. And then you just got to plug your money and do your thing. I will do all the paperwork. Because think about it. Let's be real, people. If you wanted to clean up your credit by yourself, you could. You could go figure out how to do it. But Absolutely. Time is money. You ain't got time for all that shit. You know what? I'm gonna drop the bag on Ish. She gonna get me right, and I'm gonna go about my business because you could be using your time to do other shit. And rather than go acquire a whole nother skill again, which is okay if you want to do that, do that. But if you don't feel like doing that, I'm not gonna do that. When the time is come, I'm gonna just drop the bag, be like, yo, Ish Don, like help me out. Ishi credit Don, get me right. That's it. Then I'm gonna go about my business. I got other shit. I got meditations to do. You know what I mean? I got meditational appointments, but leveraging the laziness of others. If you save somebody time, you can make money. Even I know that, but you know what? I'm not rushing to just do shit because I'm in my flow. So I know that when the time comes, if there's ever a time where I feel like, time to leverage other people saving time, that's something that you can pimp, then I'm gonna do that. You can trap that shit. But as of right now, I have no need to do that shit. But when I do, I will. I'm realizing a lot of what I'm doing is also organizational things. Because you need different people doing, like how me and it's just doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, but also being able to collectively, anybody can do their own shit, but it takes skill to be able to gather people, to formulate a vision, organize it, keep everybody rooted and grounded, and execute. That is a skill. Anybody can do it, but not anybody can do it. So I'm really understanding where my role is as well. So I'm not trying to, when you say talk about playing the hand, I'm not trying to play cards that are not in my hand right now.
Right.
If you get what I mean. I'm gonna just play my cards.
Play the cards you got. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm spitting.
You are spitting. I like that. Because bro, that's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? You can literally have a whole outsourced business where you literally don't do shit. You maybe you have to find the client, you know what I'm saying? But you find the client and you literally can have another business take care of whatever that is and charge on top of it. You ain't even gotta learn new skills. You know what I'm saying? But you should.
Even pimping, I thought about doing this, pimping website making. You don't have to make the website. You can be the middleman for the web developer. So you can literally go, you need a website, I can get you your website. Here's the, I'll, because you know what? I speak website language. Just tell me everything it is. God damn, we giving them the stuff. Ooh! You just tell me everything. Tell me everything you need. Put it on this list. I'm gonna take this list. I'm gonna go to the web developer. I'll tell the web developer everything you need. Then the web developer will produce the site. I'll bring it to you. And then I just got my commission from getting everything. How much do I think? Let's say the website is gonna cost $500. I'm gonna charge you $700 for it. Bam! Oh my goodness!
And here's your materials. Here are the materials that you need to start that. Woo! Right there. That's it.
Trap it. Hannah Montana. Don't know why I came in this club with you, girl. Cause that nigga handsome and wealthy. God damn, that shit be going hard. I don't listen to none of that shit no more. That shit is hard though.
Yeah, there'd be some motivational shit out there.
That do be some, especially when you feel you got goddamn I'm trapping this shit. I'm telling y'all a whole bunch of shit you could do that I just don't be doing because I don't spread myself thin. But you can do this shit. Trust me, you know how many people, especially like a lot of people have to be online. They pushing Delta virus, the Exodia virus, Blue Eyes White Dragon virus. They pushing all these viruses and shit. You know how many people have to form online businesses now for their business and shit? Websites is probably booming. All you got to do is get your piece of the pie type shit. Awesome. And that's one of those businesses that even if you could literally go on because you could put consultant. You could go website developer consultant. Then all you have to do is just find somebody that makes websites. Okay, you can literally find a company that makes websites. You could go to that company, say, "Hey, I'm like can I contract with you or whatever?" I'll go get the clients and bring them to you. You make your money. I get my commission. That's affiliate work, contracting type shit. All right. I guarantee you there are plenty of companies that probably have programs like that. Or even if you're not officially contracted with them, you can literally be an online consultant, web developer consulting, whatever. If somebody has a vision for a website and they don't want to communicate directly with their web developer, because that shit can be annoying because they don't speak the language. They don't speak the language for it. You speak the language, go learn the fucking language. You speak the language. You know how the shit needs to look. Oh, this is what you need. Whoop-de-whoop. Plug and play. A lot of this shit, I know how these websites and shit be working. A lot of this shit is drag and drop, plug and play. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. All right. It ain't nothing. Easy commission on that. Easy commission. You just got to get the clients. But guess what? If you are, see, this is where the magic comes in. I'm going to have to spark another J. We actually talking a bit longer than I thought we would, but this see how when we go a long time without talking, now we got shit to talk about. See, what happened is you got to realize that if you're, not only do we have the business shit, all right, on that side right there, we got the spiritual shit too, working. So we are pulling in this spiritual esoteric magic, whoop-de-whoop, with this real world flipping this system shit to manifest what it is we want. So if you on your law of attraction, meditation shit, you cleaning your soul, you getting yourself aligned, you are going to attract your clients. Point fucking blank. You're not gonna even have to scrounge for this shit. You just go set that shit up on Fiverr, and just sit and just wait. You just cast in the fishing line and just meditate. Go about your business. Watch them jokers start inboxing you. Watch them start inboxing you. And all you got to do is make it really, you could literally go message like web developers, like independent web developers that have their own shit. You could literally just go form connections with them and say, hey, I'm about to get these clients. I'm gonna get it through, I need this type of site. The client does not need to ever talk to the web developer. Not once. Why? That's how middlemaning works. A lot of that shit is happening in America. Middleman. You know how much wholesale, resale? There's a lot of middlemen in between that shit. Going to Walmart is middleman. I go on AliExpress and go to China. That t-shirt's 1 cent. Why am I spending $20? Convenience.
That's it. That man, whatever Walton, who made Walmart, literally didn't do shit. He literally just, everything in Walmart except for like great value is somebody else's shit. Walmart just created a big ass building. Walmart's more of a real estate company than it's a retail company. A lot of people don't even know
so
that.
They buy. So a lot of these fast food restaurants,
all these franchise companies, they're just trapping shit. They made connections. Literally, that's, if you've seen the founder, that's literally what he did. He just made connections with people who could supply food, and then he literally found people that wanted to invest into having a McDonald's franchise, and that's how he made money. He just middleman. He was literally a salesman. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga Donald Trump, bro. He's just a fucking salesman. Like, this nigga just literally put his name on shit. Everybody else did the work, and his business collects the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, this shit is it's so simple. You know what I mean? And just start. The moral of the story is trap your shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, trap your shit.
Literally, we could fucking organize somewhere within the warrior priesthood Noxus shit. We could literally organize, say, like, let's say 5 people, 10 people that got time on their hands. All right. We develop a script. Okay. All of us go form the connections with the web developers. We get fucking 3, 4. Shit, I know there's somebody that watches this shit that makes websites or whatever and needs more clientele or whatever. So if you just out to be like, yo, there's 10 of us within the priesthood that's like, yo, we got time. I'll talk to a nigga on the phone. We just talking to people on the phone type shit. We'll fucking see what happens when you leverage a network. See, if you're making websites, all you need to do is make the website. See, if you get rid of the having to deal with the client and let somebody else do that shit, you will become more efficient in your process. Okay? You have the person that needs to, okay, this person that's on the front, okay, I need to understand your company, your image, I need just passwords. All I need to know is make sure you get your passwords together, make sure your security, maybe the information you use to pay for the shit. Send me the money. I communicate to the web developer, copy, paste, use the templates. We push that shit out. Bam! We get a good review. We on to the next one. And we got 10 of us on that shit. Trapping all damn night.
All night, all day. And that's the thing, too, right? To take it a step further, all you really need to do, if you build a good relationship with the web developer, right, you don't even have to like take the notes at that point. You just connect them on the call. You know what I'm saying? You say, oh, such and such was talking about this. Can you provide more context around that and the details of what you're going to do? Boom. You ain't even got to really speak the language. You ain't got to know the shit like that. You just got to have
you're leveraging networks. Okay. See, this is how we say when you really understand the trapping of consciousness, this is how you can generate, that income to come in. So we do that. Again, warrior priesthood and gnosis, as long as Ish, do you agree? We recruiting. All right. We fucking recruiting now. Because you know how we moving slow, but I'm feeling it in the ether. The reason why I didn't say it before is because one, you're getting your momentum. I'm getting my momentum. Now what we can start doing is slowly but surely start organizing momentum of other individuals we really fuck with. You know what I mean? That we really, because we've had time to analyze people. We've been watching some of y'all, but if we're also giving an opportunity for more people to step forth and say, hey, I can do this. I can do this. Oh, I have this skill. Oh, I know how to do this. You know what I mean? Different types of shit. It's nothing rushed. We're not moving anything faster than it needs to. But like, I can tell it in the ether. Now it's time to start really, because even though if it's on a small level, actualizing this shit. You know what I mean? Leveraging that network. There's no reason for if there's let's be real. I believe that we have like, let's say we got like 60 good people already out of the 1,000 people that follow you and the 700 people that follow me. I think we got maybe a bit more, but I'm being modest. 60 good people that I'm like, yo, we could really do something with these people as a collective. We could really get some shit done. You know what I mean? Like we could really go do some shit. That is I'm dead serious on that. And it starts with, go ahead. I
was gonna say, I'll just tell you right now, you know what I'm saying, on that note, is like, yo, Like if you literally ain't doing nothing with your time and you struggling or you can't figure shit out, literally hit me up and I'll give you a commission job. You know what I'm saying? And I'll show you how to track this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'll literally teach you how to get on the phone with somebody, what emails to send, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Like hit me up. Like I'm open to working with any and everybody as long as they're, you know, willing to put in the necessary
and
work.
vibrationally sound. Because do not be offended. Don't be mad if we tell you no too, because that just means you're not there yet. That doesn't mean no forever. It just means, yo, there's some things you got to go get. Because this is also, you got to realize a chain is only as strong as the links within it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So we look at it's quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
I don't care. This shit could be 10 people for the rest of existence. Guess what? We'd be 10 fucking billionaires.
It could be 2, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It could be 2. Shit, it could be 2. Shit. Fuck it.
I'm saying, bro. Like
you
there's already.
Fuck it. But if we, and the thing is too. See, this is why I was talking about the nonprofit shit. Okay, we gotta get in close. Get in close. All right. Listen. Coast is clear. We set up. Say if we did that consulting shit where we got like 40 of us and we just started consulting. But really what we're doing is we're just trapping consciousness and we're saving people time. Oh, I don't feel like learning this. Oh, okay, that's cool. We'll do that for you. But on top of that, we have not only did we have our own individual LLC set up, we got our paperwork and we get our credit straight. We also have that parent company, all right? But that parent company is a nonprofit, okay? So the money that we trap in, all right, goes to the nonprofit, and we use that shit to set up the temple. And we go get our land and shit. And we chill and everything. See, the thing is too, you will get your money. It's not like you won't get paid, people. We're not on some, we about to take your money shit. No, it's about properly working the system, but also isolating ourselves from it as well. So what we need to do as the spiritual people, quote unquote, is become the parasite for Babylon. See how Babylon's been parasiting off of us. We need to start parasiting off of Babylon. Where they won't be able to they won't stand us, but they won't be able to do nothing. On top of that, we will have people, I'm overstanding how I'm just attracting people that are not spiritual whatsoever and know they would never be in the warrior priesthood of gnosis. But that doesn't mean that they are not a contact that can't be leveraged. You can't judge people like that. You got to be like, okay, where you have to allow people to serve the purpose that they're meant to serve in your life. You can't force them to be more. I'm not expecting everybody to come across me to be a warrior priestess. That's unrealistic. I expect that I will meet people in my life that I will possibly fuck with, and we may not ever connect to that extreme like that, but we can make bread with one another. I can go, yo, I need this. They'd be like, I got you. See, let people, don't block your blessings. Let people serve whatever purpose it is they need to serve in your life. I'll drink to that.
Oh, I'll take a sip.
I will say, fill in the gaps. I was saying that shit. I don't want to be saying no shit and it's not inaccurate. It's at least what I'm saying close to something that's possible.
Bro, that's it. No, you had don't even go back and scramble, bro. Like that was it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody here is a genius. You know what I'm saying? And all we got to do is put our minds together and literally so much shit will start to manifest. Because I'll be real with you. I've made like 4 or 5 partnerships myself. You know what I'm saying? Just over the last 3-4 months. You know what I'm saying? Just trapping shit that I already knew. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, really tap in, you know what I'm saying, if you're really on your stuff, you know what I'm saying, so that we can just build a network and we'll figure it out. I know a dude that makes millions of dollars and literally he has a company that just hires a bunch of different people to do a bunch of different stuff. They have like 3 main things that they offer. right? But and then if they're talking to somebody and they're like, oh, like, well, I was kind of looking for this, we can do it, because guess what? They can go find somebody to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple, you know? And I actually got to go, you know what I'm saying? But that's like my final message to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Is like really just, you know, to give them a few things, right? Simplify your life, right? Trap and pimp your own consciousness, right? And leverage the people around you, the people that you already know. And as you become in alignment with yourself, right, you will manifest the proper people to help you build it to wherever you want it to be. That's the moral of the story right there.
Fucking shit.
Ashe, baby. Ashe. You got any final notes?
No. I think I'm about all talked out. That was all my energy. I thought I was about to do shit for the rest of the day after this. I think all my energy just went in that. I might have to, I'll be like, whoo, and pooped. I just need a meditation to go recharge. Start taking naps, people. Take like an hour nap.
Yeah, man.
An hour nap will work wonders. Okay, you got an hour. We can all, you got an hour to take a nap. You'll just be scrolling through Instagram for an hour. God damn. You got an hour. But nah, I ain't got nothing else on that. How do you feel like this one went, bro? Everything cool? We wrapped up everything?
It was good.
Everything?
Y'all tell us in the comments, you know what I'm saying? What you know, what y'all think, y'all opinions and any feedback, you know what I'm saying? And you know, hit us up in the DMs. I'm sure you'll put all the links in there. If you're interested in like credit repair, or you were interested in like learning some of the consulting stuff that I'm doing, like definitely hit me up.
Definitely.
You know, we can.
Hey, people, also too, I will I'm going to get on my shit as far as hosting more classes. All right, if you want to sneak peek into what my classes look like for calibration and spirituality and connecting and really cleaning up yourself, I literally just posted a class, because I know there are people from that you know that are like more on your side that are coming to this, that are just getting introduced to me. If you want more, you know, of what it is I do, go watch that video. And because even if you're not necessarily super spiritual, there's a good amount of information in that video that you can use. I mean that shit, or else I wouldn't be advocating for people to go watch it. You know what I mean? But follow me on Instagram, follow Ish on Instagram. I'm about to be organizing more classes, because we clean up ourselves, we clean up this realm. That's a fact. All right, I'm gonna leave it on that.
All right, peace.